So ever since I got this bus painted, there was something that's always bothered me. What the fuck? And that is this forehead. And when I say forehead, I'm talking about the whole front end of the bus. You can see that it's kind of big. And I've had multiple people mention to me that it just looks strange. And after looking at it for a while, it does. So we're fixing that by painting it white. So this is the line we're gonna go off of here. And it's a little bit dirty. So we're gonna clean this up. And this is the old line up top here. The old line is right here, so we're just gonna paint up to that and over that. And then we'll paint along this line here. Along with the front, we're gonna work on the back, these two spots that we patched up where the school bus lights were. But first, we're gonna focus on the front. We're just gonna scratch the whole thing up, rough it up a little bit with some sandpaper and a Scotch-Brite pad. After that, we're gonna tape up that line that I mentioned before, as well as the roof of the bus. And then from there, we're gonna tape the whole thing up to make sure we don't get any excess paint on the sides, because we are gonna spray with a primer first. After it's all taped up, we're gonna use a spray paint can here for the primer on the front of the bus. I probably should have wore a respirator, but we're outside, so we're still doing good up here. So then we're gonna work on the back. We're gonna clean those things up there, and then we're gonna spray that with primer as well. They are primer, but we're just gonna add a little bit more primer to the outsides where we do have that black silicone. And here's what it looks like all primered up. And here's what the front looks like with the primer on it. Now we can start actually painting it. So we're using that elastomeric paint that we used on the roof before. And I'm not gonna roll anything on because I just feel like it'll be a little bit faster with just painting it on with a brush. It is a very, very thick paint, so putting it on does take a few coats and it does take some time. You can only add so much to the brush. So we're gonna do the front and then we're gonna work on the back here. We're just applying the first coat right now, seeing how it is, and then we're gonna paint a few more coats. We're gonna aim for 3 coats on this job, and here I am applying the second coat, getting as much coverage on the front of the bus as I can so that it's a nice thick coat up on the front. Here is what the 2 coats on the front of the bus look like. As you can see, there are some spots where we're gonna need to add some extra paint, and that will be the 3rd coat of paint that we're gonna add on the front. But for right now, it looks pretty good. Even coverage, and I'm happy with that. As you can see, the lights are also taped up. Still waiting for it to dry, but with that, we don't have a giant forehead on this bus anymore. And after a rain delay, we have the back complete here. Here are the 2 covers, and they have 3 layers of paint on them. And then we'll move it to the front. Here is the front complete. I took all of the tape down as well as the paper. I think that definitely clears up the front and makes the front look a lot better instead of that giant blue forehead. And the only issue I'm seeing is this line right here where it's the old paint and the new paint. It's kind of dirty on the bus considering it's underneath a pine tree. So with that and that forehead fixed, I would say this project is a wrap, and we made the front end look a lot better. And yeah, now it has a new forehead, smaller forehead. So appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you in the next video.